NHL players are some of the most popular athletes in the world. They're known for both their skills on the ice and their dedication to the game. But what about their salaries? Well, the NHL is a big business, and the players are the ones who are generating the most revenue. So it's no surprise that they are among the highest paid athletes in the world. Here are the top 10 highest paid players in the NHL, starting off with Carey Price. The Montreal Canadiens goalie is the 10th highest paid NHL player for the year and also the highest paid NHL goalie in general. The 34-year-old veteran has a current cap hit of $10.5 million. A strong start, and we're only on the first entry. During the 15 seasons that he has played in the NHL, Price has established himself as one of, if not the best goalies in the NHL. The BC native was also only a couple of years away from earning himself the Vezina Trophy, officially making him the NHL's best goalie. However, because of his issues with substance abuse, he's only played in 30 games over the last 2 seasons. After making a recovery from his addiction, Price made his return back in April and was welcomed back into the league with open arms. Next up is Patrick Kane. The Chicago Blackhawks forward is the 9th highest paid NHL player for 2022. On average, he makes about $10.5 million every year from his current 8-year contract. The 33-year-old is also considered to be one of the most skilled forwards in the league. While most athletes see their performance decrease with age, Kane just played his 3rd best season in his 15th season with the NHL. His contract also makes him one of the best in terms of value among all of the highest paid NHL players. Ever since he signed off his $84 million 8-year contract back in July in 2014, Kane has made almost a single point every game in all of his seasons. In all of his 1,107 career NHL games, he has made 1,180 points. Moving on, there's Jonathan Toews. Patrick Kane's Chicago-based teammate is the 8th highest paid NHL player in 2022. Toews Blackhawks team captain and carries with him a cap hit of $10.5 million. That's the 3rd one in a row. Starting to see a pattern here. However, while Kane has earned the money from his contract, Toews struggles to provide the same level of performance that's to be expected from his price tag. The 34-year-old center has had a history of health issues and even missed the whole 2020-2021 season because of chronic immune response syndrome. He made his return to the league in the 2021-2022 season, where he scored 12 goals and 37 points in the 71 games that he played in. Though Toews' production has seen a visible dip, he's still got the tools to be of value to his team. After Toews, we have Mitch Marner. The Toronto Maple Leafs forward is the 7th highest paid NHL player for this year, and Marner has made a hefty sum of $10.9 million, almost placing him in the top 5 spot of the highest paid NHL players. The 25-year-old is among the league's most exciting young members and has definitely earned his contract. During the 2021-2022 season, Marner was one of the top scorers in the league, with 35 goals and 97 points made from his 72 games. However, while his regular season performance has been excellent, it's a different tale for the playoffs. Marner has only managed to score 7 goals and 33 points in all of his 39 postseason games, which has drawn some serious criticism. Up next, there's Drew Doughty. The Los Angeles Kings defenseman is this year's 6th highest paid NHL star, with an annual income of $11 million. Doughty is also the league's 2nd highest paid defensiveman. He's one of the best all-around defensemen of his time and has also played huge roles in the 2 Stanley Cup runs for LA in 2012 and 2014. Throughout the 14 seasons of his NHL career, Doughty has made a grand total of 132 goals and 567 points out of 1,014 games. His contract makes him the 2nd highest paid league defenseman. He's no longer considered to be amongst its premier blue liners. Doughty has seen his production dip for the past few seasons as he suffers from post-injury issues. At the halfway point on our list, we've got John Tavares. The captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs is the 5th highest paid NHL player in 2022. Tavares signed up with the Leafs back in July of 2018 as a UFA, a deal which sent shockwaves throughout the world of hockey for its staggering numbers. A 7-year deal valued at $77 million. His $11 million annual cap also makes him the 3rd highest paid league center for the year as well. While Tavares has enjoyed a great deal of individual success with the Islanders, he wasn't able to make his dream of winning the Stanley Cup a reality. Though he's still an elite NHL center, he's also been outperformed by 23 separate players in his time in Toronto. Moving on, we have Erik Karlsson. The San Jose Sharks defenseman is the 2022's 4th highest paid NHL player. He makes a grand total of $11.5 million annually, making him the highest paid defenseman in the NHL. Ironically, out of all the players on this list, Karlsson might also be the most overpaid. The 32-year-old Swedish rearguard used to be among the best NHL defensemen, so it isn't hard to see why we made this point. Karlsson has done some incredible things during his 13-season NHL career. However, just like a few of the other players on this list, Karlsson's career has also been tarnished due to injuries. The number 3 spot on our our list goes to Austin Matthews. The Toronto Maple Leafs center is the third highest paid NHL player of the year. The 24-year-old earned a total of $11.6 million this year, making him both the league's second highest paid center as well as its highest paid player under 25. Matthews has definitely earned his keep, considering he's one of, if not the greatest NHL goal scorers. The American was also the only player in the entire league to reach the 60-goal mark back in the 2021-2022 season. In his first 6 seasons with the NHL, Matthews has scored a total of 259 goals and 457 points in the 407 games that he's played in. The penultimate entry on our list is Artemi Panarin. The New York Rangers superstar is the NHL's second highest paid player in 2022. Panarin makes around $11.6 million annually, just a few $100,000 more than the third-ranked on this list, Austin Matthews. He's also quite the unique entry on this list, considering the fact that he didn't even begin his NHL career until he was 24 years old. The Breadman played for a few years in the KHL before he made his move over to the NHL back in 2015, and it looks like that cross-country move worked out well for him, since Panarin is now considered to be one of the most skilled forwards in the NHL. And finally, at the number 1 spot, the highest paid NHL athlete is Connor McDavid. The Edmonton Oilers center is the highest paid NHL player in 2022. McDavid has a staggering average annual salary of $12.5 million, almost $1 million more than the previous entry, and he's every bit deserving of the title. The 25-year-old superstar is pretty much everyone's pick for the best hockey player in the world and has also produced insane numbers to back up all of that clout. During the 7 seasons that he has played for the NHL, McDavid has scored a grand total of 239 goals, 458 assists, and 697 points, all made in just 487 games. Talk about an overachiever. Meanwhile, in other NHL-related news, first up, Jake Allen has signed a 2-year extension with the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens have re-signed the goalie to a 2-year contract extension worth $7.7 million, with an average annual value of around $3.85 million, and it will run through to the end of the 2024-2025 league season. Allen also won the Stanley Cup with St. Louis back in 2019 and was traded over to the Canadiens back in September of 2020. Next up, Urho Vakanainen gets carried off the ice on a stretcher. The Ducks defenseman was carried off the Honda Center ring on a stretcher after crashing into one of the end boards during Anaheim's preseason game's first period against the San Jose Sharks. According to the Ducks, the Finnish athlete was still conscious and well after undergoing a medical examination at UCI Medical Center. The incident occurred halfway through the opening period of the game after Vakanainen smashed into the boards at dangerous speeds behind the Sharks' net. According to the replays, he appeared to be concentrating on a pass made to his teammate Derek Grant, who scored the opening goal thanks to the assist, and didn't notice that he was approaching the outer edge of the ring. And lastly, Orlando Magic has donated to help Hurricane Ian relief efforts. The Tampa Bay Lightning and team owner Jeff Vinik are donating $2 million towards Hurricane Ian relief efforts, with $1 million each being donated by the Tampa Bay Lightning Foundation and the Vinik Family Foundation. The Orlando Magic and owner Dan Devos also announced that the Devos Family Foundation was going to be donating $1 million to relief efforts as well. Hurricane Ian made landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast, south of the Tampa Bay area, causing Lightning to postpone 2 of their home preseason games and moving the club's training camp to Nashville, Tennessee during the storm. And that's a wrap for this video. Which of these players definitely deserves their big money? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We'll see you in the next one.